Good morning all. I've just come back in. I've had a client over from Holland, and we got a nice little red calf this morning, red calf stag. But I had to take the client to the airport, so I've had to send Chris away with his new sled to pick the deer up. But something that he never ever does for me. But we'll see how he gets on, and then we'll film him when he comes back.
It's no good hiding in there, you need to come and give me a hand. So,
How was your morning, mate?
awesome with my new sled. Thank you very much for the opportunity to test it out, and thank you very much for hanging that in the tree, because that's stiffened up with these temperatures. It's frozen.
Was it -4 or -5 last night?
-4, -5. I mean, that's what's been up there. It's not more than a couple of hours.
It's shot first light, so what time is it now? Yeah, about 2.5 hours.
Well, I've got to say, beautifully prepared carcass.
You're welcome.
Ramp out, sled down, drop it off the tree. That was a bit, you know. Into sled, winch, done. Stiffing it already, this.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to this week's Outfitter Tales from a very frosty and very seasonal
and crispy
morning. Don't fall over.
You need to get your driveway sorted, mate.
Yeah, no. So coming up, what we're doing this week?
So this week we've obviously what we've been doing this week. We've got.
You're going to do an update on the puppy, so we'll call that puppy date.
Pup date.
Or pup date.
Yeah,
so
pup
date.
And then the last clip we've got is a very emotional for you.
Yeah,
Oscar's last stalk.
Last
with
stalk. Yeah.
And you were just saying to me there
I was actually, yeah.
You were getting all emotional.
I was. You daft old bugger. Anyway,
yeah.
This week coming up.
So.
Pretty obvious, really, isn't it? Yeah. Second week in a row we've been out stalking. We've got clients. You've got clients. So you might as well tell them what you did to me this morning.
So obviously. I was out with the client this morning, Rennie from Holland, which Chris did misgender.
Okay, right. So just a little interjection there. The original emails were it was all email correspondence, and the lady who booked the stalking, Renee, never twigged it was a bloke. Anyway, it was a bloke. Not that it make any difference.
The fact that you sent me his WhatsApp number,
yeah, but
there was a bloke on it. Maybe I've gave it away.
That was only when he sent the travel information through, and then I realised.
Yeah. No, but he's a really nice.
He was a nice guy actually, or is a nice guy.
So he's one of these survivalist guys. He's done a lot of like bush survival and tracking courses and stuff, and he wanted to try his hands at the old field to fork. So we had him here. Got him a roe, got him the red calf this morning, and then...
which you sent me to fetch.
Which I sent you to go and get, because obviously I was far too busy with the client.
What he said to me was, you've got a new flipping sled with a winch on it, you can go and blooming well put it into practice and use it while I run the guy off to the station. So, fair enough.
Right.
Fair enough.
But anyway, so, coming up.
Pup date.
Pup date. So this is Buck and Willow. Here we go. Hi guys. So what I'm going to do now is a little bit of a pup date with the pups. But I just want to put a few things out there before you see the dogs. Obviously the pups are only 6 months old, so I personally like the dogs to be puppies before we actually do any sort of in-depth hard training with them. I just like the fact that if you let them be puppies, you get to see their characters a lot better, individual characters. So we've got Buck and Willow out. I'll take them out after this, and we'll get them out. I'm not going to be doing much training with them. All that is basically working on is recall and obviously getting them to walk close by me at the moment. You've got to bear in mind as well, these dogs are not going to be trial champions, so I don't need them to walk perfectly to heel. If anything, I want them walking slightly in front of me, because we'll be out after deer, and they need that space to be able to scent. If they're too close to me, you can overwhelm the scent, coming from different directions, and plus the fact that you can't see what the dog's reacting to. So at the moment we're going out. It's a learning process for both of us, well, all of us. So I need to see how the dogs are reacting to different scents and stuff. So we'll take them up to an area where I know there's deer, and see how they act. Here we go. Come. It's not ideal having both of them out at the same time, because they tend to work off each other as opposed to work independently. Obviously, as we start working a bit more, we'll get them staying in a bit tighter. But I'm a firm believer in letting them be puppies, let them adventure, let them explore. As you can see, they're just getting used to other smells. There's a few row around here. As you can see, so you can see the tracks there. The main thing is just to let them do what they would do naturally, and then try and enhance that natural instinct and natural ability. Go on in. Most important thing at this stage is the recall. You need to be able to get them back as and when you need them. Come! Yeah, come. Willow, come. Yeah. That's it. There you go. That'll do it. Good girl. Good boy.
Flipping it, them dogs have grown, haven't they?
Yeah. So they're 6 months old now, and as I said in the footage, I don't like to get them too. I like to let them be puppies.
We've said this many times, people start to... Basics, yeah, nice and gently, nice and easy, but if they're not getting it or not taking it, then you just back off, don't you, and just nice and easy, all fun. They need to have the childhood, need to have the play, but they are coming on well.
I try to teach a 3-year-old to play a piano.
Yeah.
I know, but every dog's individual as well.
Yeah, I mean, labs do quick, but they're pretty switched on out there. I mean, I know a lot of the... my early days were with Labradors. I spent a lot of time training labs for the gun, actually, not for the stalking field. And I think by 18 months, a lab, you pretty much... It needs experience in the field and all the rest of it, but generally all the basics and the groundwork has been laid generally around about, I think, 18 months. And then it's the gentle introduction into the field, isn't it? Well, it's another area people do.
Exactly.
They put them straight in, and
you find it a lot with gun dogs as well. They send them in too early, and then the gun dogs end up getting gun shy.
Yeah.
And that's them ruined. Because it's very hard to come back from it. It's not impossible, but it's very hard to come back from that.
But anyway, they look as though they're nice dogs, nice looking dogs.
Buck especially, he's stunning.
Good.
Right, so next clip up then.
Yeah.
Oscar's last stalk.
I know.
Was that a wee tear I seen in your
eye?
eye?
No, I'm telling you, he was a pretty... I think when you work with a dog for all that time, and he was such a blooming good dog, never really had to pay attention to him, to be honest. I mean, you've got to watch Zosha Like a Hawk. She's great, absolutely great, but by hell. In fact, when I took... No, Zosha's not stubborn, but she's far too intelligent for her own good, and it's a good thing, but by hell, I have to watch her. I have to watch her every. I mean, she did a water blinking follow-up for us the other day, which we put out. So she's good, but
she's not overly keen in the cold water, though.
No. But she can you blame her? She's a clever girl.
That lab does. I'm not that clever.
It's a bit like this morning. You go fetch it. Yeah, straight in. Anyway, yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoy this one.
So we really are at the stage of getting to know the estate. A lot of red, quite a few fallow and roan here. We spent the last couple of days putting some high seats in different locations, but this morning got a lovely morning, real crispy frost. The main priority really is just to start to get to know each little corner of the estate, know where the boundaries are, start to build a picture up of deer. Quite a few red deer moving this morning as we came in. We're just on the edge of the big open hill. There's a couple of thousand acres of open hill up there. But it's an absolutely gorgeous morning. You can right out across Perthshire there. In fact, there's one of the seats, one of the towers we constructed just over there, which Dean will pan onto in a minute. Dog's kind of keen to go. He's been sat waiting all night in a nice warm car. Must have been about -5. So we'll head on off and see what we can see. Nice little valley bottom, and you can see there the last seat that we were fitting. We didn't just get a chance to finish it last night. So we'll come back after this morning's stalk and finish that off, just re-secure it. But lovely little valley with a deer trail running right past the hill in the background across to the beach and the alder trees in front of us on the valley. Quite a wet day yesterday, and you can see where there's been an awful lot of red movement up and down this track. Okay, it's just going to settle on that hill there with that little group. The calf's the one at the bottom. That's okay, the calf's just on the top in the bracken. The hind ran about 30 yards and that's just dropped down in the little gully there, I can see it. So we'll just let these other deer get out of the way. I'm not going to take any more out of this group. Fairly easy recovery as well because we're near the track, so that was lucky. The hind was at 170 and the calf subsequently about 223. Courtesy of these lovely Swarovski rangefinders, so it gives you the confidence of knowing exactly what you're shooting at. The Browning now, the standard kit that I take everywhere, 243 does the job, sweet as a nut, absolutely bang on the money all the time. We took a hind and a calf out of that fairly big group of reds which were coming up from the valley bottom. They always say the easiest thing about shooting red deer is pulling the trigger, and then you've got to start dragging them around, but fortunately the track is just there, so we can get them grallocked out. Cameraman's assisting, so there's two of us. He doesn't know it yet, but he is, and we can walk out and get the car and come straight back in. So that's a nice morning out. Lovely valley, a lot of native junipers in here, so it's actually an SSI, so clearly there are too many red deer in here, so we certainly will need to reduce numbers. It's getting a bit late in the season now, so the work on that will probably not start until we get into the July period where we take some of the young stags out, and then we get down into the winter and really start to reduce probably some of the hinds. We'll take the weaker ones out, some of the young calves, some of the older hinds, and try and just get a nice balance. Deer fully grallocked out. We can get the car right down to the track here where Dean is, so we've done a full grallock on them. They're cooling off now. It's nice and cold this morning, just draining down, completely eviscerated, nice and clean. We'll be able to pick them up, put them straight in the vehicle, so it takes about 15 minutes to get the vehicle. And effectively the temperature, I expect the temperature now is probably about 4 or 5 degrees, so it's absolutely perfect. And so they're just draining out. So there's a nice couple of carcasses going into the dealer. Okay, that's it for this week, folks. Again,
not a dry eye in the house.
No. I mean, a lot of people won't have seen Oscar before, but I mean, he was quite well known in the stalking world, and I'm trying to remember how many years ago.
You still had Oscar when I first met you?
Yeah, it was a while ago now. That I mean, because Oscar's coming 9, and I got her when.
In fact, you had both of them then.
We did, yeah, but for a couple of years. So it's quite a while ago, that one.
And Joshua was still a pup.
Yeah. So good. So a couple of things I want to just ask on camera is, we've got Robert coming from Bavaria. We might just a little chat with him, just a bit of his background.
He's a regular, yeah.
Regular, why he likes to come to Scotland. I know it's the quality of the hunting and all the rest of it, but there might be another reason. And also we've got some heads to ship out this week, which we need to get on with. I'm just wondering if there's any mileage in filming a.
So we've got some
head
prep
session.
from Bedford as well.
From Bedford,
so
yeah,
they're getting defrosted at the moment. So.
Which is a bit of a problem at the moment with the water, but we maybe put that on. If people are interested in that anyway, let us know. We might put that on. You might be bored. You might not want to see. I quite like to see him getting covered in brains, because I did it for years, and unless I absolutely have to, I don't do that anymore. It's good for your complexion, by the way.
We've got some Farlow, we've got some mint jack, and we've got some Chinese water deer to prep.
Yeah.
So you can see all the differences in the way that I personally do it. Everybody's got their own way. There's more than one way to skin a cat,
there is,
as they say.
But lots of people seem to be interested in it and want to do it themselves. So give them a bit of a steer.
I can show you it's not overly hard. As long as you do it methodically and you've got the equipment to do it. So as long as you're not boiling heads in the kitchen and the wife.
There's just a bit of a smell about it, isn't there?
Right,
enough rambling. We'll get on and get a bit of work done. So thanks for watching as always, and remember, please continue to like and subscribe, because that's important to us, because things are moving on apace with a few developments. We might have a few offers to bring out shortly.
Yeah. So just on that, guys, what we're trying to do is give a monthly giveaway for you guys. So make sure you inform your friends and
watch this space.
That's all from me.
And I didn't do that, did I?
No, you never.
So it's good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
Cheers.
Cheers.